Now, first of all, we'll start off with your campaign launch. It looked amazing. Tell us about that, please. How did it go?
It was humbling. It superseded my expectation. We probably had over 100 people there. It was packed to the brim, and probably my most treasured moment was our kaumātua. You know, like they just had a blast. It started at 6, and by 10:30 we were still there, and the amount of laughs that we were having at the beginning followed all the way through to the end of the night. My MC he just rocked the night, and all the nannies loved him. I think they wanted to marry him off to somebody. But yeah, I think it was a really timely night for whanaungatanga. Like, our people are so taumaha, a little bit down and out, the cost of living, and it was one of the best nights I've had in a long time. And I can say that when people left and I greeted them when they left, that was the same sentiment, was what an amazing night.
Awesome.
And I got feedback saying, gosh, I've been to some launches and they're all boring.
Yeah.
They're all, and there was just so much happiness. It was really heartening to see and to know it was around politics. You know, there was so much happiness. Our MPs, we've probably had, that night would have been a record number of Green Party MPs in Kakunganui all at once forever. Like that was probably something really momentous. Our co-leader, our MPs, they were just on a high. I'm on a high, I'm on a high. I feel like there's some really good momentum building, and people saw something that they probably haven't seen in the Green Party, because we're often cast as a colonial party or as a non-Indigenous party, and it's tough to try and rebut those things, but what people saw was whānau, being with whānau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. How confident are you feeling about getting across the line in Ikaroa-Rāwhiti?
If you know me, I'm quite a humble person, but I am very confident. And I don't want that to be confused with being cocky. I'm very confident. Yeah.
Ka pai. Now, Te Wao Nui a Tāne. Let's get into the policy that was announced over the weekend. What is it?
It's something that is long awaited for and needed. So the policy, what it does is it puts the mana of the policy back in the hands of whānau. So creating a rangatiratanga trust is outside of government. So it's an independent trust run by our whānau, whereas, and that's where the gold is usually you have them sitting in the kāwanatanga space. It's the beginning and the realisation of what Te Tiriti o Waitangi and He Whakaputanga was about. So it's the realisation of that. In the initial stage, there's $400 million for immediacy. We know that our whānau struggle, our marae struggle with insurance. And because our whānau choose to go and celebrate birthdays and that in restaurants and things like that, our marae aren't frequented enough to be able to collect funds for hireage. So they're running on the smell of an ole rag, so the immediacy fund will help tend to that. And then you've got the $2 billion fund, which will eventually create, I think it's around $100 million in returns to help grow that fund, which is, it's been sort of earmarked as a perpetuity fund, which means it's ongoing. And because it's outside of the government sphere, the people that will monitor it are us, not the government. They won't be able to say, here's your markers, here's what we want you to deliver on. That's us. And that's what we want.
Yeah.
You know, we want mana motuhake, we want tino rangatiratanga, but we also want our marae to be sustainable, because when there's weather events or catastrophic events, it's the marae, you know. It's the marae that open up, and then everybody else catches up.
Yep. Yeah. And we saw that during Cyclone Gabrielle. But what does this actually change for whānau on the ground?
It's a doorway to what could be. So and we always talk about our whakapapa, our pepeha, our marae are our centre points, our focal points, but are they? And I think it'll draw our whānau back to our marae, like how it was when we were kids. We've got 3 marae in Pakipak. We were always at the marae because there was either tangi, 21st, hui, marae committee meetings. That was the centre point. That's what we want because a lot of our whānau come home, if they come home from overseas or from different rohe, wherever they live now, we very rarely make the marae the focal point. It's just a whare in that village around the marae. So it's the centre point. It's the beginning of what we used to have.
Yeah, yeah. Where's this pūtea coming from?
So that's how cool we are, is the Greens Party have a wealth tax. So taxing the super wealthy. And what's really funny is some of our friends are like, are you going to tax me? And I'm like, are you super wealthy? Like, are you in the top 6% in the country of wealth? And they're like, oh, no. Well, that's not you, you know?
Yeah.
So that's not you. So we've done cost modelling. That's where it's going to come from, is our super wealth tax.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. And one thing is that I saw on Te Karere, they interviewed the rawiri from Te Pāti Māori. He was like, yes, you know, this is a good thing. Same with Willie Jackson from Labour. This is a good thing. Then they asked, will he fund it? And he was like, oh, why wouldn't you? Like, why wouldn't you, Willie? Jump on board. And it's the mindset that we need to have is, who cares where the kudos goes? Let's just get that money pumping into our marae.
There are also comments saying that at the end of the day, we as the taxpayers will end up covering the bill. I think that was Shane Jones.
Well, I won't throw shade because there's lots of shade on him. But again, it's a buffer. It's a way of trying to detract from the knuckle of the policy. And a lot of the people he's probably got backing him or trying to protect are the ones that we're going to tax. It's not our whānau. It's, it's the super wealthy. It's not just the wealthy. Yeah. It's the super wealthy.
Ka pai. And at the moment, I'm pretty sure our whānau feel that's way over there.
It's a lot of our people want to be that. But the realisation of that is they're probably all Shane's friends. And so he has to say that because if he doesn't say that, they probably won't vote for him.
Tika. Now, is there also kōrero around healthcare on marae and climate resilience?
Sorry?
Healthcare on marae with this whole policy?
It's what whānau want for their marae, and that's what they do want. People are, with the way the cost of living is, having to travel to town, petrol, put $20 in a car and your needle barely moves. Imagine if you could just step out of your whare, walk down, go and see a nehe or a takuta, and then climate resilience. What we know about the research that's done is for every dollar invested in climate resilience, we're saving $4. So you add that up. You add that up over millions and millions. And our people have the solutions. Our mātauranga Māori, taonga tuku iho, tell us what we need to do. But often we're not resourced enough or supported enough to do that.